Good evening, everyone. Hello, my beautiful people in the land of magnificence. How are you doing? It is your girl and your maximizing coach, Deshaun Antoinette Booker. Mwah. And welcome to another awesome episode of the Yummy Cafe, honey. That's right. Your unlimited magnificence equals you and me. Now, if you don't know, let me just tell you what's happening, okay? I am your girl, your maximizing coach, and I have been in this thing for about 20 years, y'all. Let me just tell you what I do. I'm in love with working and coaching women to reach their highest potential. I seriously just want women to understand that what God has put in your heart to do, you are responsible for doing that. And sometimes we need a coach, a vessel, a conduit to help us move along that journey. And I am grateful that I have been given that as an assignment, and I do it, and I do it with honor and serving and supporting women. I want women to get unlimited access to their divine purpose so that they can design their life and profession in a maximized way. And I do that through faith-based coaching. That is what I do. For over 20 years, I've been doing all that kind of jazz, right? And I love it. I want women to always be intentional. Live and work from a place of integrity so that they can manifest increase in every area of their lives, right? And so this platform is one of those ways that I love to do that. Here at the Yummy Cafe, okay, that's what we call it. It is yummy, honey, because you're going to get some yummy nuggets from our phenomenal women entrepreneurs. You see, I've always been drawn to women, even as a child. I love seeing women get up and go do it, honey. I love women that were featured in the magazines, right? And they were telling their stories of how they became a businesswoman, how they started a project, a program, a product. And I was just drawn to that. And I knew then that I wanted to also be an entrepreneur. Now, I love teaching. Okay. My mom was a teacher. And so I always knew that I wanted to teach. Well, I also teach through coaching. And so this platform gives us what I call the backstage pass of how is this woman going to tell us how did she turn her idea into an investment? How did she take her vision and give it value? How did this woman, honey, how did she take her passion and turn into a profit? And a thriving profit as that. See, I'm just that girl. I want to know, right? I want to know. Now, what did you do? You know what I do realize? What's that, Deshaun? You probably asking. I realize that we always see the success of a person at the end of their journey, right? Or in the middle. But we don't necessarily know that backstory, honey. We just don't know. So I wanted to have a platform to honor women, to celebrate women, and to get all the juicy nuggets, honey, the tea. So all of you that are watching, go and get your teacup and come sit at this table because I have another phenomenal woman of success who's going to share her backstory. Now, see, women don't always share their story on any platform. So I am so excited when they say yes to me because these women are busy. They are doing their things. They're out there rocking it and they're barrier breakers. They're setting records. They are doing this. So when I invite them and they say, Deshaun, okay, I can make some room for you, right? It is just my honor to have them. So this is what we're doing at the Yummy Cafe. I don't take it for granted. I'm not going to keep talking. I'm going to introduce this phenomenal woman who I've known for so long. And it's just been my pleasure to watch her grow into this phenomenal, successful mogul. And I do mean she's a mogul. Okay, let's get it started. Today, we are going to be hearing from Miss Wendy Alexander. She is the creator, executive producer, television host of Travel, Wine, and Dine. She is no stranger, honey, to the television world or industry, okay? She has been on air for over 15 years, starting her career as a TV news reporter, then working red carpets as an entertainment reporter all throughout Los Angeles and Hollywood. She has what it takes to be very successful. Wendy has graced the cover of many magazines as well as traveled the world, locating the best hotels, restaurants, and wineries for her show, Travel, Wine, and Dine with Wendy Alexander. Wendy is also the new author of her new, and honey, it's sold out already on Amazon when she dropped it on that launch date, honey. Okay. This book is phenomenal. It is her cookbook and it is called Cooking and Entertaining with Wendy Alexander. It has over 40 recipes inspired by her grandmother, Madeline LeBlanc. With this cookbook, she has made it very simple and delicious, but these recipes will touch your heart, your soul, and your family. Listen, Wendy is and always will be a household name, honey. She leaves nothing uncovered, no rock unturned. She is phenomenal, fabulous, and this spirit of hers is contagious. I want you to get ready and get your seats ready, honey. Buckle in, get your notepad to take notes. She's going to drop these nuggets without any further ado. The woman who definitely enjoys life to the fullest, honey, Miss Wendy. Yes, my girl, my friend, my sister from another mother, Miss Wendy Alexander is in the building.
Thank you, thank you, Deshaun. Thank you. It's
Hi, Miss
yes.
Wendy Trendy, honey. I love you. How are you today, beautiful?
I'm fine. I'm great. Just doing a lot. So me and this computer, you guys. I'm
Yes,
sorry if you're hearing something crazy. I'm sorry, but I'm doing very well. Thank you, Deshaun, for asking. Everything is great. Everything is busy. Everything is crazy, and it's time to travel, wine, and dine.
I
Because the
know
world
that's
is
right.
open. Because the world is open. The world is open again, finally.
Right. We're going to talk about that. How did that affect you and everything, right? I am so right. Come on now. Listen, Wendy is a whole vibe, honey. She is a vibe of mood. So if you sitting up here thinking you're just going to do like this, I'm telling you again, Wendy, I'm telling the listeners, I'm telling them now. If you're watching us live, thank you. You can put your comments here. I'm going to read the comments. This is a dialogue. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and type in there for me hashtag replay, and you can still put your comments, suggestions, anything. We're gonna get back to you, I promise. But when she starts talking and she gets there, she's gonna keep going and going. This woman is phenomenal. Wendy, we've
Thank
been knowing
you.
each other since the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know about the 80s because I'm really young. No.
I was getting ready to say you my younger sister. I'm just
I
getting
was
ready to
just
say that to the
I was just saying,
people.
I think I was
This
born in
my
the 80s.
younger
No, I
sister,
wasn't.
honey.
Yes. Thank you.
And Wendy, you have literally taken what has been in your heart and manifested your dream. And I am so grateful that you're here with us. And we're going to jump right on in because I want to know the backstory. I'm just that girl, right? I've seen you grace many, television interviews, and you're all over everywhere. You're doing this work balance thing. And, we're going to just jump in and say, how does she do it? How does she do it, right?
With 3 kids. Don't forget about
With
those three
three
kids.
kids, three children, right? So the first thing I always want to talk to the beautiful women, these beautiful, successful women entrepreneurs, right?
Mhm.
Wendy, when was it? Now, and you can start all the way back to when you started in television, how you got that, that start. I love to hear that. When did you know that there was this rumbling in your belly that you had to move out and make it your own. How did this whole interview and television producing thing happen for you? And then we're going to talk about the book as well, the cookbook.
Right, right. Well, thank you, Deshaun. Thank you so much for having me here. I love to talk. I love to talk too much, but I'm going to keep it under whatever you ask me. But it started way back in high school. I mean, I was talking years ago. If anybody remembers Greg Mack, he's the one. Everybody know K-Day, Greg Mack. I hope you're listening,
Yes.
because he's the reason why I started on this whole journalistic whole campaign. You know, I did the high five at 5 at K-Day back in the day with me and a couple of my friends. St. Bernard's, you know, I've been in that school, St. Michael's, and of course, you guys are St. Mary's, and all these Catholic schools, you know, we used to have out at the high five. And so I would work there and put all that together and talk about it. And then Greg just said, you should probably do TV because you're too pretty to do radio. And so then I went on to San Diego State and did some interns, did a lot of interns actually. Did some stuff with ABC here with Charmaine Wilkerson way back in the day. And
Yeah.
Mark Brown, who's still there. And a lot of other folks did that. And so it was fun. And that's where I really started. Honestly, that's where I started. That's where I got it all from. And then from one thing led to another. So from television, it led to where I am today. But everything stems back to San Diego State, you know, high school, and intern. Those interns are very important. Those interns taught me a lot. Those interns make you do real work right there.
Yes. Yes.
So
Wendy, wait a minute. So you were doing radio when you were still in high school?
yeah, I did radio in high school. Radio
How
in
did
high
you do
school.
that? Because of course I know Greg Mack and Kate. Greg Mack, of course we do. How did you do that? What made you say, I'm going to go do that?
He did. He wanted to see a bunch of girls and guys do this high five and 5 thing. And we did it. So that's just what we did. And it was fun. I know, I think they started a little bit before me, but then I became like the host of it or something like that. So I was
Yes.
hosting stuff at 17, 18, or no, 17. Yeah, I was 17. So that's when I started it. So
Wow. So when you went to San Diego, right? State, were you doing things there as well? You said, were you on the radio there for campus or just
well,
still?
yeah, I was. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna move, get a little bit higher for y'all. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to get a little bit higher because I feel like I'm low. So we're gonna get a little higher.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. So you can see me a little bit. But yeah, we at San Diego State they had some journalism. We had a radio show there, and I did that. And I remember saying, you know, radio. Greg told me long time ago, radio is not your thing. TV is your thing. And not that radio personalities aren't beautiful too, but he was
Yeah.
just like, you got to do it. You got to do it. And so I just stayed on the whole television wavelength and just had a ball at San Diego State. So kids and teenagers that are listening, do have fun. But I always knew what I wanted to do because I really, honestly, I saw Oprah Winfrey back in '86 come on. And I
Yeah.
was like, I want to be Oprah Winfrey. And then remember Connie Chung. Yeah, I'm telling y'all my age. So, and
Yes.
I saw them and I was like, I want to do that. But I was always a talker. So it was either that or some sort of attorney. But it was going to be between the two of them. But for the last 26 years, this is all I've done is television. I can't
Wow.
do anything else. I don't know anything else but television producing. And I mean, of course, television news reporting starting out and then going to the small markets, your Tyler, Texas, your Lufkin, Texas, you know, what a start way back then. And those markets are still here and those markets are still great. And you learn how to be like the guy told me I was going to be a one-man band. And I was like, what? I used to work at
Wow.
ABC in LA. I'm not doing that. He was like, yes, you are. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was a real wake up call. And that was fun. But, you know, you learn. One thing you do in those small markets is you're going to do everything. You're going to edit.
Yeah.
You're going to produce. Even though it's an ABC affiliate, it's a small market. So
Yes.
back then it was like a one-man band and I didn't even know what that was. I was like, what is that? They're like, you're the
Wow.
camera girl and you're the reporter. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So you learn, and that's where I think those same skills are good in my production company now. So when my camera guys are, you don't want to show up, I'm like, dude, I've been doing this 20 years. And now the cameras are so much better than what we had 20 years
Yeah.
ago. So, I mean, you can do a lot. And that's really where I got my initial start, was the radio station here in high school, 11th and 12th grade, going all the way up to K-Day back in the day when it was like by Dodger Stadium somewhere over there. Originally, like I said, with Greg Mack. And that's where I know I got my start, but also watching Oprah over the years.
Yes.
Looking at her, and I was like, I like her style. And that's my 10th thing on my list. You know, you have 10 things. So the Wendy Alexander show coming soon.
That's right.
Last thing I want to do. That's it. That's all.
That's it.
But yeah, and so moving forward, reporting and going to New Orleans and living in Dallas and living in the markets and really reporting, and then coming back to LA in 2003 and starting my own production company. And I actually started doing a Girls with Curve plus size model show from state to state to state to state all over the country. And I was hosting it because
Wow.
Mother Love had asked me to host it and be a model. And I'm like, I'm 5'5". That's not going to work. I'm curvy, but that's not going to work. So I
Yeah.
ended up hosting it, and then I ended up having my own show. So if you Google Girls with Curves, that's me. We
Wendy,
initially
wait
started
a
that.
second. Let's see. I didn't know that. Okay, so this is
Yes,
what we're saying.
yes,
So, because a lot of times we're looking at entrepreneurs, right? And we see where they are today. So, although you had all of this amazing training and you laid the groundwork, right, for speaking, for hosting, for producing in television and radio, you started out with a different vision. And it was
right,
a was it a
right.
was so you traveled the fashion show, you moved
So
it
yeah,
around?
we had, that was the best show ever. I mean, travel, simply couture is what it was called. Girls with Curve. That, if you still Google it, my name still comes up, and I am still the original person that started that whole Girls with Curve plus size stuff. So all these new people out here, I'm like, whatever. We did that way back in 2003,
Wow.
2002, and I had a team, and we would travel to Kansas, and I would go on the news because I had news connections, and I'd say, hey, Kansas, we're looking for girls with curves size 10 to 18, 20. Get on the stage. We're having a big show at the Hilton. And we would sell out city to city, state to state. It was so much fun. And so I hosted that show. And I mean, that was a high-end fashion show at big properties, the Marriott, the Hiltons, the Four Seasons, wherever we could get in there, and we would sell out. So I did that for like 2, maybe 3 years. Maybe we did it long. Then we did the Simply Couture teen pageant. So that pageant that is
Wow.
out there, I crowned 25 teenagers in Los Angeles, Orange County. We even did that out of state. So all of that
What?
is, that whole Simply Couture is all my creation. So I have
Yeah.
created all of that. Yeah. And
Wendy,
that
I had no, I see, I learned something too, you all, right? I did not know that. Wendy has kept that under her belt. She hasn't said anything about that. So, Wendy,
I
why haven't
forgot.
you mentioned that?
I forgot. And that's very important because I think we just did a show right before the pandemic. We did a kids pageant, and those kids pageants were amazing. And so I still want to do that. I just don't have enough time because the
Yeah,
Travel, Wine, and Dine, which
yeah.
brought me here, which actually, and we could go before Travel, Wine, and Dine, was the Wendy and Wayne show. So if you follow me on KTLA, a guy named Wayne Williams, myself, we would do all the entertainment, hit the red carpets. It was the biggest show out there and so much fun. So I did that for like a year and a half, and then they gave me my own show, which was Travel, Wine, and Dine. And Travel, Wine, and Dine is where I am now. And of course, we were out for 2 years for the pandemic. It killed us. Let's just be honest. No travel, no wine, no dine. I think for 14 months.
Wow. So
Yeah.
we're gonna jump into that. For some people are saying hello. Let's see. We have Pat Moore. Hey, Pat. She's saying hello, beauties.
Hi, Pat.
Hi.
I have
We
your
have
book, Pat.
Trevi. We had Pat said, "Hey, Wendy and Wayne. How was Wayne?"
She remember that show. See, they remember that show.
Yeah, I remember seeing him with you. Trevi says the goat is in the house. The goat is the star. That's right. I don't bring no one on this platform, honey. They not the goat. Okay. So Wendy, when you stopped doing the fashion show and the pageant, did you know, okay, now I'm shifting somewhere else, or did you not know?
I did, and it was just something that came to me like Mother Love. I think I had to audition to be the host, and I got the job. I can't even remember. And then
Yeah.
took a little ill, and so she said, "You need to continue with this." And so I said, "What? I don't know much about that. I mean, I don't not fashion. Fashion wasn't my area, but I was
Right.
like, okay, sure." So then I just started having auditions, and then next you know, my sister Ingrid, who runs every company around, she just was like, we took off and we just started doing Simply Couture across the country, and it was fun. And we did it, and we did big shows, and we had so much fun putting on these high fashion shows. We had sponsors, we had vendors. I mean, all that stuff that they're doing now, we did that already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And so that kind
Wow.
of brought us back to, like I said, the Wendy and Wayne show, then which, moved us on to Travel, Wine, and Dine, because I was introduced to the Travel and Adventure show about 10 years ago, which is a huge travel show, 300,000 people that come through
Okay.
these shows. We have it here at the LA Convention Center in February, most of the time of the year. And
Yeah.
then this particular last year, I actually traveled with them. And this year I traveled like 12 cities with them. So John Gleason and that crew, amazing people to travel with. So I was their only Black speaker, y'all. So I
That's
talked about
right.
travel, wine,
Hey.
and dine, and road tripping with Wendy. Because in the pandemic, what we did do was road trip. So that was something that fell right under Travel, Wine, and Dine. If you said you're going to take me off the air, I'm not going to sit down.
Yeah.
So I show people how to road trip safely with your family. So if you had a family, we would say, hey, we're going to Lake Tahoe. You're going to get in your jet ski. We're going to get in our jet ski. Yeah, it's COVID, but we're going to get out and we shot the show. And so they were
Oh.
very interested in that. So whenever it opened, I guess last year was the
Yeah.
first year. I was actually a speaker on their whole speaking thing. And I mean, like I said, they get 200,000 people. They're in Boston, Atlanta, New York, DC. I think the LA show, San Francisco show. And I did all those shows. And then, of course, this year, they let me have a booth with my cookbook.
We're gonna talk about
We're
that.
going to talk about that.
Okay.
I got it
Okay.
right here.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Wendy, when did you, in that inception moment, right, from high school, college, and then doing taking the show over from Mother, and I love Mother Love, taking the show over and carrying that out. You first of all, the courage that you had to have to
Right.
say, let's talk about that, because everyone, Wendy, wants to start their program, start a product, be an entrepreneur, right? Be an influencer. We know what that's like. There was none
Right.
of that for you then. There was no
No.
Instagram, Facebook, all that. How did you wrap your head around marketing? Come on, Wendy, drop it down. Don't just act. Wendy, what did you? I want
I,
to know about the tears
I,
and the
I
sweat.
think I just think the team, my sisters, I would come up with ideas and I just bring it to the table like we got to get rich somehow. So I would come up with great ideas and we would go for it. And then but we also had the backing of TV. So when you
Okay.
have the backing of TV, it's a lot better. And then when you have super smart people like Ingrid Alexander behind it, it's even
Yes.
better. I'm the mouth,
Yes.
but she the
Yeah.
brains. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So
That's
you
right.
gotta
That's
have
my soror.
yeah, 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 exactly. Y'all sorors. So you got to have a team behind all of this stuff. You can't just come. I mean, I can come up with some great ideas, even with this
Yeah.
book. Ingrid to tell you, it's been a whole. Now that's the cut, the tears and all of that. That's a whole. We'll
Okay.
talk about that. But
Okay.
TV to me came natural. Marketing comes natural because I don't mind talking to anyone because I'm never afraid of no. You tell
Mm,
me no, I didn't hear nothing you said.
mm.
No does not mean no, people. Don't let them tell you no. Keep going. Ask them next week. Keep asking for 100,000, 200,000, 2 million until Tyler Perry calls you like he did me, and say,
Wow.
hey, we love the show that you did out here in Atlanta. How'd you do it? I don't know. I'm not plus size. I'm not 5'9". I'm 5'5". I got some curves on me now. But you understand back then, no. Nobody,
Yeah.
my whole team, the whole team is small. And they looking at us like, these girls are 5'11" and all y'all 5'2", small. And
Wow.
we're out there rocking and rolling. And like I said, everywhere, New Orleans, Kansas, Nashville, Memphis. It was just so much fun. And I almost forget about that to put that in my bio. And that's a big, big part
That
of my life.
is.
And there's a lot of models that are still my friends today that are, some of them have, are just my friends, but I met them in a show. A lady came up to me at a luncheon last week and was like, I modeled for you. And I was like, really? And I
Look
was
at
like,
that.
just had a luncheon, or excuse me, a prom luncheon. Yeah, just
Yeah.
last week, a
Yeah.
prom luncheon at the Marriott. I was like, and Maddie's like, do you know her? I was like, but we
Mm,
did
mm,
over
mm.
probably we did over like 50 shows. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, with the teen pageants, a lot of these girls, my pageant girls are probably 28 years old, maybe.
Wow.
My first girl came from Sarah High School. I
Yeah.
remember because we used to be able to promote at Sarah and St. Bernard's and all those because of, our connection of going to the Catholic school. And I
Yeah.
just went up there and I used to, pass out my flyers. And next thing you know, we got 20 girls and the show was on. But you guys,
Wow.
believe it or not, I learned from crazy Donald Trump because he used to get news ladies to judge the pageants in Palm
Okay.
Springs way back in the day. And so I kept saying, well, I don't see any black people on here. And he was like, won't you start your own? I said, won't you show me how? And so honestly, that's where we kind of started those pageants and
Yes.
the shows. But all you have to do, people, is just ask. Look, go ask Donald Trump. Go ask Michelle
Yes.
Obama. Go ask Obama. Go ask whoever to get you where you
Yes.
need to go. And that's what I think marketing and all of that works for me, because I'm gonna tell you,
Yes.
I didn't know anything about fashion other than the clothes that I wear and of course what they put on me. But as far as being like a fashion designer or doing a runway show, no, I didn't go to school for
Yeah.
that. And then to know and to do it so well, and I mean, we had a couple TV shows about it, and it was really, really
Mm.
fun. That whole show that Monique was on, they used our segment and some of our girls. That whole whatever that show she did, that
I
the
remember. I remember she did a
that's our
show.
segment.
Right.
So that was our segment. Those girls shot. That was us. So
Wow.
we had
This
a
is
lot of that, and I
awesome.
forget all about that. I just forget about it. And
Yeah.
I've done
I
so much over 20 years that you just be like, oh my God, I guess I did
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I love when you said no doesn't mean no. And Pat
Yeah.
said, Pat is with us. Thank you, Pat. I love what you said. Pat said, no means next opportunity, honey. I like it. I like
Yeah.
that. No means next opportunity.
Yes, it
Thank you,
does.
Miss Pat Moore. Yes, I love it.
Yes.
I love my Pat. Thank you, Pat. I
Yes.
love that. I love it. Okay, so because I want to get into some other things here. You talked about some hurdles, right? So you talked a little bit, go a little deeper and share with us, even in detail, as an entrepreneur, you're executive director, you are hosting and you're traveling everywhere, right? Doing, travel, wine and dine, and then pandemic hits.
Oh yeah, that's the hurdle. The pandemic hits, and because we are owned and operated by a production company, that's my show. That's Trendy Production Show. So that means all sponsors stopped at the production. Everything stopped. Production stopped, and so that means no money comes in. So you better be really, really. That's where Gumbo Girls came in. We got a food truck. We are the three sisters, myself, Ingrid, and Rozzy, all did that. And so the food really did good in the pandemic, because one thing folks were doing is they were still eating. And so, and then, social media was big. Everybody was showing you how they can do a TV show from home, from their portals, from these devices that I am not good with. So if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. I'm just not good with
We
it.
hear you.
But
We can hear you.
yeah, but that's a hurdle. You just have to always know what else you can do when something like a COVID hits, or something that'll just wipe out
Yeah,
all your money. And you're just like sitting here like, there is no money coming in. How can I
right,
figure this out? Of course you got savings, but when you live in Palos Verdes like I do, it's just expensive. You know what I mean? And
right,
so you want to make sure. I mean, back there, it was just straight Gumbo Girls, and it was fun. And, Gumbo Girls was delivering. And, Gumbo Girls was doing everything. Gumbo Girls still exists today. Everybody wants it now. So
right,
that's another company that's under the umbrella of Trendy Productions. So we have the TV shows, we have the fashion shows, we have the special event company, we have Gumbo Girls, and then now we have the book under it too. So all of that, which is owned and operated by myself and Ingrid Alexander. So she's, like I said, she helps me keep it all together, because I don't
right,
do good with it.
right.
I do bad with it. I'm not even gonna say that.
No, no, you're look, you are a success. So let me just ask this question. If you're listening to us, thank you so much for joining us this evening. This is the Yummy Cafe. We are talking with the magnificent, the wonderful Miss, oh my goodness, Wendy Alexander. She is, as I am saying, I want you to know who you're listening to, the executive, she's the creator, executive producer, and she is the television host for Travel, Wine, and Dine. She's also the author of Cooking and Entertaining with Wendy Alexander, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. So thank you for joining us. If you're watching the replay, please put hashtag replay so that I know and we know we always come back and listen to your comments and look at them and read them and get back to you. So Wendy, when that pandemic hit, did you say to yourself, I'm never gonna do this, it's not gonna ever happen for me?
Oh
Did you
no.
have hope? What did you do? How did you
Oh
get
no,
through?
I got a lot of hope because first of all, teaching two kids at school, I mean at home, that Zoom, that oh no, oh that
It was a
that was the
mess.
worst thing. That was
Right.
the worst part to me of pandemic is I didn't like that. I just don't like that. We like to go out. We like to be out. That's why we travel, wine, and dine. We don't stop. Like I don't stop. You see me over in New York, then you see me in Palos Verdes State
She
picking up
not
kids.
lying. It's the
I
truth.
mean, you see me all back here, here, and here, and I do it. I mean, so no, it didn't make me. It just said figure it out. It just said
Okay,
you
figure it
better
out.
figure it out. You better
Yeah.
figure it out because we don't know how long this is going on. However, we were warned because I remember in February going to the Travel and Adventure show, and I was interviewing the owner, and he said, "Don't go over there to row 1 and 2, which is Thailand and Japan and all
Wow.
this because there's stuff going on." And they had masks on, but they always wear masks. So we're like, okay, well, let me stay over here with Brazil because I know we wanted to go to Brazil and St. Lucia because at those shows we get our entire 12 shows from just that LA show. Because if you haven't been to a travel and adventure show, you should go. It's not just for people like myself in TV, but it's for everyone who wants to travel. So say,
Okay.
Deshaun, you wanted to take a safari. There's a
Yeah.
whole row of Africa, and they will tell
Wow.
you
Wow.
exactly how to do it, where to do it, what to do. Everything you need to know, they'll give it to you. And I think those travel shows are just like any other trade show.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you go to that trade show, you learn about it, and that's why LA shows are packed. I mean, I think they get 300,000 people. So I mean, you got the
Crazy.
best of the best on stage.
Yeah.
You know, you got
Yeah.
us talking about, and then that road tripping was so much fun. I think we give you 15 places, our top 15 places to road trip. And I got to give shout out to my daughter Maddie. She put the whole PowerPoint together because I was
All
like, "What?
right.
Do a
Okay.
PowerPoint?" That's who's the executive producer. That's who's the creator. Honestly,
Yes.
is my
Yes.
15-year-old daughter. She's got it going on, and Trevor too, the 6-year-old. That's why you guys see them. They're always traveling because they know how to work. They my
Yes.
executive producers, both of them. And then Vaughn,
Wow.
really a film director. So he is my oldest son. So it's not just me.
Yeah.
It's old ladies. You got to bring your whole family into it as every other, to me, Jewish family does.
That's
Yeah, you
right.
know what
Say
I'm
it.
saying?
Say it. That is so
Say it.
true.
You
I'm
got to
glad
bring
you
your family
mentioned
into
that.
it. You
Yeah.
got,
I'm glad you
especially
talked
your
about
kids,
that.
especially your kids. Do not let them do a job, especially if you live in LA, that's not going to make no money. It
Come
is what
on.
it is. We live in
That's
Los
right.
Angeles. Everything is high. A regular house is $1 million. So
Mm.
when in Hollywood Hills or Palos Verdes is 5 million. So if
Yes.
that's what they want to do,
Yes.
you have to find a career that makes that kind of money.
Money.
Period.
Long time money. I think that's what passed it. Long time money.
You have to.
You
So
have
you see
to.
me doing stuff that makes sense, but also makes a lot of money. Because
Yes.
television is great, but you have to love it. Even though I own the shows, we're in 300 markets. We own airtime. That's a big one. You got to own that airtime. We deliver
Wow, Wendy.
27 minutes and 30 seconds to the network. We deliver that show what we want on it. And that's what we're going to talk about, these entrepreneurs out here, ladies and gentlemen. Advertise, call me, advertise, get
Yes.
on TV. That's how you brand yourself. There's nothing wrong with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all this other YouTube. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's all new. But if you can afford to get a commercial out to the masses, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, whomever, do it. Do
Mm.
it and take advantage of, especially what our show does. Our show has entrepreneurs, and we definitely, I look for them. We even did a show on entrepreneurs. It was women and men on the move. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was 12 entrepreneurs from Los Angeles, and we went out to your business and we talked to you for 3 to 4 minutes. And you were that sponsor of that show.
That's right.
So, and
That's
we're
right.
going to do that again because KTLA loved it. Um, Excuse me, they loved what we put together, and Maddie executive produced that show for me, a 15.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Over there at
Awesome.
TV High, she's on the audit. The whole video production team is awesome.
Yes.
So
Yes.
she's running.
Yes.
So that's really important, you guys. You got to bring those kids in here if
Yeah.
they like it, and if they don't like it, they're young.
Yeah.
Teach them what they
Teach
should like.
them. Teach them.
Teach them what they should like. And like I said, my 9-year-old can do a camera just as well as David, my camera guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know how to do it. They were putting this
That's
stuff
right.
together. And so you have to bring your kids in because I think they're smarter than us. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, they are. They very much so. So I'm glad you mentioned your children and we're talking about the hurdles. Wendy, how do you keep the work balance? How do you do? Come on now, because I have been talking with Miss Wendy, and she's at the pickup, the drop off, on the way to the sports this, the sports that, dropping off the competition, the this that. She's on the plane. I see her. She's in this state. I said, well, wait a minute. I just talked to Wendy. She was now she. I said, Wendy, where are you now? How do and then the birthdays and how do
And the
you manage?
parties.
And the parties for your dad, your mom, no one never goes unnoticed with this woman. Her heart is so giving. How do you balance work as a woman, entrepreneur in this competitive field, and then your home with your family? How do you do that?
God. That's all I can say. Praying every single morning, every day, yelling, screaming, but just really believing in yourself. Because if you believe
Mm,
in yourself, you got to believe in yourself.
okay, I
Nobody
love
else
that.
matters. No one else matters. If you think that you can be a top attorney, go do it. Even if your background was school teaching, I
Yes.
don't care. Believe in yourself. Change what you want to do and start opening your mouth. See
Mm,
that's what I think that's why I'm successful is because I open my mouth. I have no problem asking anyone for anything. Ask any of my family members. I ask you. I ask you for whatever
wow.
I want.
I
And I'll
love it. I
and I'll
love
also
it.
share with people what I think they should do to make their business better. Because I sit there with the big boys. I know what they're looking at Warner Brothers, and I know how they feel about this color skin. So the bottom line is they're not helping you. They're not coming down. They're not telling you about a network. They're not telling you about a commercial. They're not
Mm,
telling you how to make your business better. They're just watching you fall by the wayside, so to speak.
wow.
So, when you have people and my great friends that are in the television industry and they tell me what to do and they say, hey, come on, get this, buy this, go here. Let me give you this 30-minute shot. And I'm like, what? What? Okay. So I just say, open your mouth, ask for whatever
Ask.
you want.
Ask. I love how you are including your children no matter where they are. We have forgotten to do that in our culture, right? We don't let we don't we're not staying committed to teaching our children. If they say they don't want to do it any longer, we just say, okay, fine. I love that you are creating generational wealth, that
Mhm.
you have said this is ours. And mommy is not just making you, but mommy is giving you the tools. You're handing over the baton, right? I
Right.
love that you are teaching that as a concept, because we've lost that some way along the way in our own culture,
Oh, we have. Most
right? Right?
Oh,
And I
absolutely.
love
You
that
have
you're
to.
training them. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said, absolutely, you have to. You have to let them know
Yeah.
this is what I think you should do. And then once, they go off to college, if they want to do something totally different, okay, but it needs to make sense to me. I'm
This
telling you,
makes
right?
sense.
It needs to make sense to me because if it doesn't make any money, it does not make sense because we do live in the most expensive place, which is Los Angeles, California. So
Right.
let's just be real. It's too
Right.
expensive. Come on now. Find a
Right.
career that makes you happy, but
Yes.
also makes you some really good money.
Oh, I love it. I'm glad you said that. Speaking of what makes you happy, our next component, right? Let's just dive into this. I always like to hear when was, so we're talking about what you've done, right? And what
Mhm.
you're doing. When did you know that this was your, I call it the worthy moment? When did Wendy say, this? You said it earlier, but when did you know this is what I do? Like, this is who I am. This is how
From
I
day one.
contribute back from day one.
From day one, I knew television. I used to love to talk in front of everybody. I'm the one that's going to pick it up and start talking to everybody. Now, I don't care if two people are listening or 2 million people. I love to talk and I don't mind talking to anyone. I don't
Yeah.
mind interviewing those people in Tyler, Texas that didn't want to talk to my Black self. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But I made you talk to me. So I think that once you know what you want to do, you don't, it wasn't about money. I'll do it for free. As
Yeah.
long as I can talk, as long as people can hear
Mm.
me, as long as I can interview, as long as you put me on TV. It's still
Yeah.
like that, because you're going to make the money if you're good. They can't
Mm-hmm.
take that away from you. And if you have the
Yeah.
experience, they can't take that away from you. And if
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about, they can't take that away from you,
Pray
no
from
matter
you.
what color you are. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
But what we have to do, especially because we live on this West Coast, and it's not a lot of us in television that are doing, especially on the television side. Remember, I'm on TV side. I'm not on the movie side. So I don't know anything about movies. I don't know anything about even TV shows, but I do 30-minute shows, which is fun entertainment shows. So
Yes.
very
Yes.
different than a sitcom or or whatever they're doing.
Yes.
I've never that. So that people have always asked me to do it, and it's just not what I want to do. I've always done. I want to be a host, the TV host. Hello and welcome to Travel, Wine, and Dine. Hello and welcome to the Wendy Wayne Show. Hello and welcome to Cooking and Entertaining. That's what I love.
Yes.
That's what it is,
Yes. Oh
and
my
that's
goodness. Rashonda Castile. Hello, Rashonda. She says, hello, ladies. Hi, Rashonda. Thank you and welcome thank you for joining us this evening. We are having such a phenomenal time listening to the backstage pass and the journey of Miss Wendy Alexander. Now, Wendy, okay, worthy. Tell us, how did you give birth to this cooking book, this cookbook? Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's be about it.
That is it. And I am so proud of this book. And I
You
mean,
should be.
being on TV forever, I don't even care, y'all. But
Yes. Yes.
this was something I knew nothing about. It was an idea. I am not a chef. I'm a cook for 3 kids and my family, because I do cook for my sisters and my mom and my dad. I think I know how to cook really good now. These
Okay.
recipes in here are mine. Yeah, Pat, if you look in, this is probably your book, girl. And the best thing about this book, and I think what people love the most, is it's named after friends and family. So you got Rose, my mother, Rose red beans and rice.
Oh, Wendy.
Everything is named after a family member. You have here we go, Jerry's greens. We have my dad's wings. We got Trey's croissants. So it's all named after a family or a friend or somebody in here. My favorite devil eggs. And then I show you, see down here, how I show you how to put your table together. That's why it's cooking and entertaining, because I'm showing you how to entertain. Once you make these great devil eggs and you have them here, we got to place them on a pretty table.
Wow.
We got to, because anybody been in my house, they know I like to have a nice party. Love to have a nice party. And then we got my girl, Michelle, Poppy's. Can't forget about her. I went to this lady 3 or 4 days into thinking about a cookbook. Me and her were sitting there talking. She had a new bourbon line. Probably need to get her on your show. She's got a new bourbon line. Her name is Michelle. Poppy's there. And I said, Michelle, would you like to be a sponsor? All I know is how to be a sponsor. Now, this is a cookbook. But I know in TV you get sponsors to help you pay for
Right.
this. But
Right.
and so she was like, sure. And here we are at the barn doing a photo shoot. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys, I am no cookbook person, but you see how that table looks? See, you gotta make your table look,
Beautiful.
really good. That's what I
Wendy,
like.
so Wendy, are the pictures for the name of each entree and dish? Do you have the photo of that person
Yes.
that is?
See,
Let
there it
us
is right
see.
there. Scott. Scott Crawfish. That is my best friend. That's my TV husband, my all around husband. Scott, right there. You see Wendy at
Yes.
Scott's crawfish party.
Yes.
And then you see on this side the girls at a crawfish party. So yeah, everybody
Yes.
has their picture. It is their picture. I went out there and found their picture, and put their picture right next to, like, so Scott has shrimp scampi. So you see, there's Scott.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
every
Wendy, but okay, just walk us through what said I'm doing what happened?
I don't know. Uh-huh. Right. What? Well, the pandemic, And then, so everybody's at the pandemic making these great dishes, and they're taking pictures of these great dishes.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. So every night I go live. Anybody who knows me, I go live every day. I
Yes,
go
you
live from the cliffs in PV across the street. And I love to tell you how beautiful it is in my neighborhood. And so, that's all you can do. And so I started taking pictures. And then I told Ingrid, I said, I'm going to make a cookbook. And she like, huh? Because Rosie, our younger sister, is really the one who likes to cook. And that was her thing. But
Yeah.
she didn't want to do it. I mean, this takes work. And it sure takes
Yes.
money. Let me tell you, work to do these pictures, put all this together
It's
and name.
beautiful.
But I knew, like, say, if Deshawn liked deviled eggs, it was going to be named after her. Ingrid likes etouffee. I named it after her. Maddie likes mac and cheese, so it's Maddie's mac and cheese.
Okay.
Rosie's ribs, Lydia's lasagna, my favorite girl in Atlanta, my cousin. I called all them because we're all on house party, in the pandemic. I don't know if y'all remember house party. And I was like,
Yes.
I'm going to make me a cookbook. And they was like, what? And so I was like, okay, they laughing at me. So then last year, I just said, Wendy, start filming all this great food. And these are 40 recipes I probably cooked 3 or 4 times. And this crew in here, I'm going to show you a picture of my favorite crew that came by twice a week to eat. I was like, guys,
What?
Danielle and Trey, right here, these
Beautiful.
right here, they came by and midnight. I'm like, you guys, I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot the cooking and entertaining. Maddie's got 3 cameras rolling in the kitchen because I got a big kitchen. So they came by, they stood in that kitchen and they had some great food. Because I was cooking gumbo, I was cooking shrimp fried rice, I was cooking crawfish, I was cooking crab in the bag, I was cooking Celeste's chicken, I was
Wow.
cooking my girl Audra's favorite hamburger. See how pretty that hamburger is, y'all?
That's pretty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
And
that's my
these are your photos of your actual.
actual food. All of
Yes.
this is
Yes.
my food. This is nobody. This is in my house. My house. Or
I
I
love
we shot at 2 or 3 different houses because I got all these houses now. Y'all know. Watch out. So I mean, these are my. You see, that's my mother, and that's her red beans
Yes,
and
assure it. That's right.
yes, she likes red beans and rice. It's Rose red beans and rice. So to me, and then the whole book is, of course, dedicated to my grandmother, which is right here in the front. Bam, the favorite girl of all. There she is.
Beautiful.
The whole book is dedicated to her. Gumbo is a big thing in here. It's 2 or 3 pages because I think I make gumbo like everybody makes spaghetti. I make it all the time. Come by and get some. But that's what the book is all about.
So,
Everybody.
Wendy, let me ask you, what was this is so much great information. I know that those of you that are with us watching the replay, where I'm not done with the book, with the cookbook. How long? What was when we get this image, this idea? I'm talking always about idea, right? The concept, and then we have the idea to it actually manifesting, right?
Mhm.
How long did it take Wendy to put all of these different elements together? A year, 6 months?
9 months. That's it. About 9 months. We from start to finish. We actually were finishing 4 or 5 months, which was because what I did was call in camera people. Soraya, Vaughn, my son. We started with the people I know, and because it was still pandemic, still COVID a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
a year ago, a year and a half ago. And and then we did call a foodie, a lady who said, you got to shoot like this. You got to put the food like this. It has to have this light on it. And I'm looking at her like, okay. And I said, Maddie, just pay attention. Once we get it, we don't have to hire her no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's what we did. We paid
Yeah.
attention. And she sat there and learned. And I mean, you got to just look at the angles and make sure your lighting is good. And I mean, it's not just, everybody's got this Instagram food, but I'm like, nah. I want this. And then I went to Barnes and Noble and asked them why no black people on in this book, the one in here in Torrance, the one in Grove, all of those places. He said, I don't know, but bring your book. I said, I want to be right in the front next to Rachel Ray, right there. That's where I need to be. A hardcover book. I'm gonna come back. This is a hardcover book. It's not a paperback. It's not a plastic book. Cover to cover.
Wendy, tell the people about what happened on Amazon.
Oh yeah. So well then we had a great publisher. We're gonna leave it there because I don't want to get in trouble. That I guess didn't believe that I was gonna sell all these books and get all this stuff out and just gonna put a few of them out there. And I'm like, I'm out here. So you guys, let me tell you, I think I sold 200 or 300 books before I even had a book.
Yeah.
Just an idea. I was telling my friends I gotta get this book. They just sure sending me $50, $50. Sure. I'm like, oh God, I really gotta get this book together. Because now it's like the pressure is on. Where's my book? Like Pat said, where is my book? It's right here, girl. We got it finally. But I think my publisher just didn't believe in me and didn't know,
Yeah, I've heard
and,
those
and you know
stories.
that this was gonna sell out. She said
Yeah,
I don't have a cooking show. I have a cooking show, but not like a Food Network, whoever, Rachel Ray. But I
right,
said to myself,
right.
Rachel Ray is not going to be worth $500 million, and I'm 2 or 3 million, 4 million. No, no,
That's
no.
right.
I
That's
want to be
right.
worth 400 million with a pet company, a pot line. So I'm not finished. I want knives. This is just one, and I'm
That's
already
right.
working on the second one. I'm already working on the second one. So
Wow.
and this one just came out March 14th, March 5th, not even
Wow.
a little bit, really
Pat
March
wants to
5th.
know, when is the book signing at Barnes and Nobles? You've been doing book signings all over. You've been in this state, that state. I
Yes.
follow my Wendy. Are you doing what? She's
Yes, so tell
everywhere.
her we're doing the Torrance one. I'm waiting. See, Torrance just started doing them again because of
Okay.
COVID. They don't want to do it. The Grove, I'm waiting for my date for them again. So
Okay. There you
everybody
go,
just
Pat.
started their book tours literally maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And
Okay.
so, I'm in there talking trash. And I even went to the Barnes and Noble in Austin. And I said, oh, no, y'all got to put this book in the front, baby. I went to the one in Atlanta. I mean, you got to do that. I don't need a And then this lady was like, oh, you need a marketing team, baby. I am the marketing team. I can do better
That's
than
right.
you. I can
That's
do
right.
better than you. You sit over there calling. I'm going to Austin. I'm going to Dallas. I'm going to New York. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Barnes and Noble. Where's the general manager? That's what I did, y'all. That's what I did. I went to the one in Torrance. Who is the general manager? He said, I need an ISB number and all this other stuff. And I said, Ingrid, this is what we need. Ingrid, this is what we need. Ingrid, edit this whole book. My sister,
Oh
she
my
edit
goodness.
this book. All I have to do
Mm.
is put the pictures down and say how I want it. Girl, me and Ingrid did not know you got to put this sucker. This is 178 pages.
Wow. Okay, I gotta get mine. I don't have my copy. It's on
Yes,
my
you got to
kitchen.
get your book, girl. You
What
got
am
to
I
get
waiting
your
on?
book. I don't know what you're waiting on, but I
So do
got
you
one.
still have some on Amazon?
Yeah, they're back on Amazon, but yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
have some here too. So if
Okay.
you order them, and folks, if you order them through me, I can sign them and get them to you. If you order them through Amazon, you can give them to me and I can sign them too. But
I can just come to you and give
I'm
them. I
not
want to
tripping
give
with
you mine. I want
Amazon. I
mine.
love you, but you're not playing too fair. See, they
Yeah.
try to do us new people wrong, but I got something for them. I'll be ready.
Yes.
So So what I did was get a whole 1,000 or whatever for myself, and then I have book signings. And so when I come in,
Yes.
I have my own book signings. Cause see, like next year when I do that travel and adventure show, oh baby, I'm gonna have a booth with 10,000 books behind me. We not
That's
gonna mess up.
right.
And I got my good guy Michael Strahan over there on Good Morning America, baby. I'm
Yes.
coming with your book. I'm coming with your book.
I love it. Wendy, this is
Yeah.
so phenomenal. Tell them about what we just did on the yacht, please.
Oh
Yolanda.
yeah, we had a book signing on the yacht. So I like y'all know I love yacht parties, and I give yacht parties all the time. I've been giving yacht parties to Sean since I was 21 years old.
I know.
So the yacht company loves me, and they have their own line of food. But because I have great Scott, and Scott owns Gladstone, shout out to my love of life, Gladstone's Long Beach. He goes, Wendy, we're gonna self cater. I was like, yes. So they let me self cater on my yacht 2 weeks ago and bring 7 items from this cookbook for y'all to eat. Everybody who was on there, they got to eat some delicious crab and shrimp and Maddie's mac and cheese and Jalen's jambalaya. My niece Jalen, that's hers.
Wow,
My
Wendy.
nephew Jordan's jerk chicken, baby. Jerk chicken was the hit. And as a matter
Okay.
of fact, I'm doing another party on there June 10th for Kenya, my cousin, who's on there, and she said I want the same menu. I gotta
Mm.
have that. That Jordan's
Yes.
jerk chicken, baby. Y'all better come get some of that food. Every week, but you know what I am gonna do is at one of the houses, whether we're in Palos Verdes or at the one in View Park or here in Rolling Hills or whatever, we're gonna keep it going because I want.
Okay.
And what I also do, you guys, is cookbook parties. So, for example, Deshaun,
Oh,
this is
nice.
very what I really want. And we started in DC because a lady came up to me and was like, "Do you do cookbook parties?" And I'm like, "What is that?" And my cousin
Right.
got like a Tupperware party. You remember Tupperware? So I'm saying,
Absolutely.
you buy the cookbook. 10 of your friends come to your house. You guys buy the cookbook. You tell me what dish. I'm gonna do an appetizer, a dish for you, and a salad. And you
Oh,
buy the book. I'm bringing the
you all
food.
hear that? I love it.
I'm bringing the food. You buy the book. That's all I want. I don't want to. And
Wendy.
I think Ingrid said it's a $99 something to do it. You know, it's like one fee, 99
Yes.
something. I'm not sure, but
Wendy, we got some people saying hi to you and things. We got Danielle Holloway says, "Hey, Wendy."
hey,
Tiffany Lauderdale, yes, hi, Tiffany. She says, "Congratulations."
thank you. Get our butt. Get our
We
butt.
are getting these. Yeah, isn't Pat? Isn't the photography in the book beautiful? It's gorgeous. It is so gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
Wendy, I
Well,
am
y'all know
just.
I was gonna do that right because I'm from TV. So from the
That's
TV
right.
land, you got to
That's
have this.
right.
These
Wendy,
photos.
is that your kitchen on the front?
Yes. So no, yeah, this is my kitchen. I think. Yeah, this is one of the. You know, I have two places. So this is
Yep.
one of them we shot in, and then we shot in the. You'll see a brown kitchen too. So
Okay.
yeah, so we'll shoot, and I have some friends in PV. We shot actually in a number of kitchens. We probably shot in three kitchens. A good friend of ours, really down the street, has the best barn and Staples and equestrian. So we shot our crawfish thing there.
Oh, Wendy.
And then we had another friend. I mean, and even everybody at Lanada Bay. I love my PV family. They have been doing cookbook parties. I have been having cookbook parties and showing them how to cook. And it's been so much fun. And then I'm gonna tell y'all about the induction. I got to deal with that too. Thank you, God. So the induction, they're trying to get all you guys to move over to induction. I don't know if you guys know, especially the city of Santa Monica. So when you see me out there cooking on Third Street, that's real. They're paying us
Okay.
a lot of money to do that. So they're
Okay.
trying to get you guys to switch over, and induction is real. I made gumbo, y'all, in 1 hour. Y'all know gumbo take 3 hours. The induction stovetop. So it's a stovetop that you can change over, like Lowe's and all of them have the big one. But there's a double and there's two singles, Santa Monica, this company that has me. And then they also invited me to San Francisco. And we going to DC this summer to learn about all this induction and me being a chef with real chefs. I'm like, wait a minute. And the lady was like, we love that you're a cook. And I was like, hold on, don't be having me over there with what's the man from Hellraiser, Gordon Ramsay. Oh no, oh no, I'm not going on any shows like that because I don't cook like that. I
Right.
cook, and everything in this cookbook. The reason why I think people love it is because it's simple, it's easy,
Yes.
it's under 10 things when you go to the grocery store. Nobody going to the grocery store buying 30 things to make one dish. No, make it easy. I made it easy for the people
Yes.
that can't cook or want to cook great things and make their table look pretty.
Okay.
So that's what it's about.
Danielle says the recipes are so good. All right.
Yes, Danielle, I love you.
Yes.
Danielle was my taste tester. She didn't have
Oh, I
everything in the
love
book.
it.
Danielle had everything in this.
So, Wendy, okay, this is, first of all, let me tell you, if you didn't hear already, Rachel Ray, she's leaving. She's not going to have her show any. Okay.
I
So,
know because the
okay.
same guys who started start that production with Oprah and all that, they bought my cookbook and was at my house about a month ago.
Okay.
So
Okay,
those people that
Wendy.
are behind Oprah career and King World, that was King World.
Yeah.
Remember back
Yeah.
in the day,
Yeah.
King World. So I actually know the people who are part of King World, and now they
Okay.
got sold out to another person. So I'm not
Okay.
talking about it yet, but I sure
Okay.
can't
All
wait.
right. We're manifesting. I got you, sis. We're with you.
I know we're manifesting, but you know what? Kids are important to me, and my kids, and they
Yeah.
know they play lacrosse, baseball, football, everything, and they are important to me. And it's tough to
Yeah.
do what I do and have kids. I know I make it seem easy, but it's not that easy.
No.
So you got to just, that's why my eye was a little messed up. So if you see it a little red, I had a little issue last week. I apologize. It's coming back. I told the shot I wasn't coming on here with a red eye, but that means I need to slow down because
Yeah.
a blood vessel
Yeah.
did break and pop in my eye. So I will tell you that it
Wow.
was no joke. It was ugly. It was worse than what it looked. I mean, it looked worse than what it
Yeah.
was. I went to
Yeah.
900 doctors, and but take care of yourself, folks.
Take
Take care. I
care of
mean, I need to
yourself.
give myself a little bit more too, as far as slowing down and just
Yeah.
doing a lot. So it's great to do things, but we have fun. Like Danielle, know we have a lot of fun. They come over to my
I
house.
love it. I love your team. I love your community.
Yeah.
So even as an entrepreneur, those of you that are watching and watching the replay, when you want to step out and you have that rumbling in your tummy, right? And you're supposed to do something greater beyond, maybe you love working what you do. That's fine. You can do that, but you may have a passion. And we're hearing this woman here says that she went after her passion. She said no didn't mean anything to her. She wasn't afraid, right? You have to speak, open your mouth. She's talking about creating a balance, being courageous, right? Stepping out. She's talked about pivoting in the middle of this whole pandemic. We all heard that word pivoting, but
Right.
Wendy really said, this is what I must do with my skill set, with what my passions are. She uses her family, they come together, they lean on each other, and they use each other's skill set, you,
Right.
you, you
Right.
honor each other's skill set. Let me say it that way. And so then you rely on the team, the family, and that's just so important to have community. And as we're talking about this journey, I always ask the beautiful women, what three words have really pushed them through, right? That kept them going. And so I call them your journey words. And so this is what, we're going to hear from Wendy. Wendy, you talk about these three words. How
Purpose.
do they show up in your life, honey, in your journey?
Well, you got to have purpose. You have to have a purpose. Everybody has to have a purpose on where you want to go and what you want to do. That is
Yeah.
so important. If you don't have a purpose, you don't have a journey. That's number one. You have to have confidence in yourself. Believe in
Mm,
yourself when don't nobody else believe in you. I don't care
mm.
who said you can't do a cookbook. You're not Rachel Ray. You're not a chef. You're not really. Oh, I'm gonna do what?
Wow.
I'm gonna get this camera. Come on, Maddie. Come on, Bob. We're gonna shoot this food. What we know how to do, we're gonna shoot this food. We got great cameras. We got TV cameras. Ingrid figured it out. Rosie helped me out. Everybody helped me out. Mommy, even my mom and dad. I'm like, my dad's like, a cookbook. What you know about that? I said, I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. And now he's
Wow,
like, my dad's
Wendy.
like, look at this. I gave him the first one on his table. I'm like, here you go. Put it down
Yeah.
there. He was like, a real cookbook. So you got to believe in yourself. When nobody else believes in me, I have the most confidence. Y'all know I do. I walk
Mm.
in the room and be like, I don't care. I have on purple. My eyelashes is popping. I'm ready. You have to have
Yes.
confidence. When you walk in that room, everybody should turn around. Everyone should turn around. I don't care what
Everyone.
you're talking about. I don't care what you're talking about. They should turn around and listen. So if you have
Yes.
confidence in you and it comes from your soul, it will be fine. And finally, love, because y'all know I love everyone for free. If you watch
Yes.
my show, I
Yeah.
tell you I love you
Yeah.
for free. I'm
Free.
gonna put a
Yes.
t-shirt like that because I know I gotta have that. But you gotta love yourself first. You gotta love yourself first. You gotta get some great people around you that love you and that not hate on
Mm.
you. But I mean, you
Mm.
know what I bring, like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, baby, you go high. Bring it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Put your enemy right here. Put it right there in front of you. Invite her over for some shrimp and grits.
That's right.
Invite her over. Keep them coming. They always want to come to the yacht parties, baby. Buy a yacht. Go get you a yacht. I ain't told you I'm gonna
Yes.
buy. I'm gonna buy mine for my kids, and don't
That's
I'm
right,
not.
Wendy.
Don't compare yourself to what they have. I don't care what they have. I'm gonna live in my little moment and do me right here, and keep people around you. Like I said, those people in PV. You can talk about them, but they my friends, and I've been there 13 years,
Yeah.
and I love them, and I don't care what color skin you are. If you good to me, I'm good to you because I love
Mm.
you for free. Period.
I
Point
love
blank.
it.
From the
I love it.
ex-husbands to the ex-boyfriends to the current, whatever. I love you for free. You know what I mean?
Yes, Wendy.
And that's, I
Yes.
think, number one is that you just gotta love people even when they maybe hate you. So what? Okay, I didn't even hear what you said. It didn't even
Right.
bother.
Right. Oh
It's
my
not gonna bother
goodness.
me. And after this eye
Beautiful.
situation, nothing is gonna bother me. I'm gonna let you
That's
know
right.
that.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna
That's
definitely
right.
let you know that one because I was like, "Ooh, this is scary. I can't do nothing." You know what I mean? So
Right.
uh,
Right.
just have fun.
Purpose, confidence,
And love.
love. I
Yeah.
love it. So, Wendy, I started telling my college students, but when we leave out, my little thing is smooches and deuces. And you know what I stole from you? I'd say to them, I love you for free, my girl Wendy. I say it all the time. And they like, who is Wendy? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, right? Because sometimes I know that college students don't hear that enough,
No, no one
and I
hears
just
that
want,
enough.
yeah,
No
yeah.
one hears that enough.
No
Not
one
college
hears
students,
that.
not kids, not little kids. And some guys will be like, "What? You love me for free?" I said, "Baby, look it up. I love you for free. You ain't
Wow.
got to give me $2. You ain't got to watch my show. You don't have to do anything. But I
That's
love you for
right.
free.
That's
Period."
right.
And that's what you got to let these folks know. I don't care who they are. Just love them for free.
Yes.
And just ladies, gentlemen, little kids, old people watching,
Yes.
do what you want to do. COVID showed everybody you could die tomorrow, period.
That's right. That's right.
Your life could be over tomorrow with a
Mm,
cough or somebody come by you, sneeze
say
on
it.
you. I mean, a lot of those people that are dead now wish, that they didn't walk in that hospital or they
That's
didn't do
right,
something.
Wendy.
So
That's right.
I'm not gonna live like that. And that's why I did this cookbook. I challenged myself. I ain't know nothing about no cookbook. No.
Mm,
Mm-mm. No, 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 no. I know
Wendy,
no, no, didn't know anything
you
about
are
it.
such an inspiration, to many, to me, to all of us. I mean, I know there's so many in your circle. I'm going to talk about me. I've seen this woman talk about it and then produce it. Wendy, I don't know if you remember, this woman is so giving of her knowledge. Like she doesn't hold it. I don't know if you remember years ago, you invited me, we went out to dinner or cocktails, and she sat me down. Do you remember we ate at the place on Rosecrans?
Oh,
Uh
the McCormick and Smith.
yes, honey.
That is now Eddie V's now. But
And
yes,
yes, and she
yes.
told me every jewel. I'm not gonna cry. Every detail. She said that she got in my butt. She said, "This is what you need to do, sis, and this is what I want you to do, and I will help you get there." This woman is a giver. I have seen her speak it, talk about it, and produce it, and then all over the world travel, and she doesn't hold back and keep any for herself. This is why I'm so grateful that you carved out the time to say yes, because she is literally always producing. She is producing for the kingdom of God. Nothing you do, Wendy, is selfish. It is selfless. You are always just the words that you say consistently with your heart. You are always wanting to bring people together and bring the networking together so that they can have what you have and see what you have and see what's available. And I want people to get that. Entrepreneurship is not about being selfish. It's not about you just saying it for your own, but it's about how do you bring somebody up to where you are and understanding there's enough for everybody. And this woman here, she thinks like the boss, but she knows that there's enough room for everyone and their purpose and their gifts. And Wendy, I thank you. I honor you for that. You have been consistent with everything in your being. Your character is consistent. Your honor is consistent. Your integrity is consistent. Your truth is consistent. Your talent is growing beyond leaps and bounds. And I just say thank you. Thank you for being courageous. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for your children, your family, and for God and your mommy and your daddy, honey. I
Yeah.
thank you. I see you give and then serve. You are serving from an overflow. You
Right.
are.
Thank
And
you.
that is to be honored and appreciated. And I want you to know that we see it. And I want you to know that I'm here for it. And I just so appreciate you and your style, your grace. I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the hour. I didn't even know I could talk this long, but I love this. And I've never really done well, Zoom. We've done a lot of Zoom back 2 years ago.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm not, I don't do this as much. I like to be live. I like to see
right.
my audience. I told you I like 3 million people looking at me. I just like it. I love talking on stage. So this Zoom stuff is different for me, but it's fun.
It is.
And I think that's why. So look for the tour. Look, this is what I want to do. I want to go city to city. I want to do a 20-city tour
Yes.
starting in June and going all over the country doing cookbook parties. So if you have one, you know one, you want one.
Well, this
Um,
is how we can get connected with Wendy. We're going to put up all of her social media platforms. She's on Facebook. She's at Cooking and Entertaining with Wendy Alexander on Facebook. She also has her own personal page, Wendy Alexander.
no,
You can
Wendy
also,
Trendy.
Wendy
Wendy
Trendy, that's
Trendy.
right. Wendy Trendy.
But
And then
I don't think I
Facebook,
can accept any more friends. I think I'm full.
that's
But
right.
I love y'all. Go to Travel, Wine, and Dine.
Yes, Travel, Wine, and Dine. She's also on Instagram at Travel, Wine, and Dine with Wendy. One word. Okay. I looked it up. I double checked it. I did my facts. And then she also has her email. You can email her at trendyproductions10@gmail.com. And she also has her website. We want you to be able to get with cooking and entertaining with wendyalexander.com.
And don't forget, I have one more thing to share, you guys. The
Yes,
travel
please,
store.
please.
This in the last 2 months, I became an agent at the travel store in Palos Verdes, you guys. So
Talk
I
about
can
that.
book,
You share, talk about
yes,
that.
I can book your tickets because I've been doing it anyway. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
sees me traveling, they want to go. Everybody want to go. Like, I'm going to Hawaii, y'all. I'm taking everybody for my birthday, June 20th. We're going to Hawaii. If you want to go to Hawaii, that's where we're going. Now, everybody
I
want to go
love
to
it.
Cancun. I ain't going to Mexico. I ain't messing with them right now. But, people in this store, Palos Verdes, I got to say, is the best store ever, you guys. We do $4 million in sales since January already.
Wow.
These folks in PV are traveling.
They are
So the Travel
traveling.
Store is a company. You can find me at Wendy.A at Travel Store. Go to travelstore.com. They got all sorts of things. We have these magazines that come out. Boy, they love to go to Galapagos. Y'all, I did
Beautiful.
not know what Galapagos was. Did y'all know what that was?
Yeah.
Until I started working there. I didn't know. I love it. I'm there every day, y'all. Now, y'all know how busy I am, but I'll be over there getting my Alaska seasons. And I'm a true new travel advisor for the Travel Store. I love it. Vancouver, everybody travels. I love it. I'm getting over my anxiety. Can y'all believe I'm on the travel show and got anxiety? I will say I do. I ask my kids how we get on the plane, and I'll be, oh Jesus, here we go again. But I'm traveling this summer, y'all. I'm gonna get
I don't
over it.
blame you.
I'm traveling. Dr. Liz, my best girl, my doctor keeps me right. I was like, girl, help me. Costa Rica.
Beautiful.
Costa Rica, you guys,
We are
beautiful.
getting
So
connected.
yes. So please, ladies, travel, men travel,
Travel.
girls
Yes.
travel, family
Yes.
travel. Because I see
Yes.
this every single day. I'm looking at these families coming in and out of our door. 90,000, 50,000, 40,000, 20. They traveling. They going to the Galapagos. They going to the Antarctica. I didn't even know that was
Yes.
called G Adventures. It's all about Antarctica adventures. You're jumping into that cold ass water. Oh, excuse me, cold water. It's interesting and it's good and it's I've learned a lot in a month. 1 month, y'all. 1 month do it too. So I did it. Travel Store, I got my license. My mother used to be a travel agent though. Rose Alexander.
Look at that.
She was a travel agent
Wow.
30, 40 years ago. My aunt Ethelene Mamu in New Orleans, Baton Rouge. She's a travel agent. My cousin Lydia is becoming one too. So
Oh,
it's fun.
wow. See,
We're
we
all about to
fun.
travel. We travel anyway. So I got two folds. I can travel free with the TV show, or I can go here as a travel agent. Right?
Wow. I love it,
The
Wendy.
Travel Store, come and
Expanding.
see me.
Yes.
Come see me. Because everybody's traveling because the world is open. And I
Open.
love you
That's
guys
right.
for free. I appreciate your time. Deshaun, you are
Well, wait,
amazing.
before you go, one last thing. You gave us so many jewels. I always want to close it with what is a rule that you live by? We've heard so many, but if you could close it or sum it up, Wendy, what is the rule that you live by? I call it your pillar of strength. What would you add to the people, give to the
I
people?
just say you gotta love yourself.
Mm,
Number one, you gotta love hard. Love yourself and
yes.
love the people that are true to you and that love you. Now, whether that's your
Mm,
husband, your wife, your kids, your sister, your brother, or your friends, because I
yes.
love my friend connections. I love my
Yes.
high school connection. My St. Bernard's connection is tough. They're strong.
Yes.
I love my St. Anthony's connection. St. Anthony's of Padua. Do you know I'm still friends with people that I went to first grade with? They bought the book.
Yes.
20 or 30 of them bought this book. St. Anthony's folks. So that's what I say is love the people and hug them, the people who surround you and support you. Even the ones that don't
Yes.
support you, tell them you love
Yes.
them. Even the ones
Yes.
that don't, because they really want to support you, because I see them all watching me. They'll know we
That's
got that old
They
school
sure
Facebook.
do. That is so true,
I can
Wendy.
see everything. I can see all you good ones and bad ones. But again, because I love you for free, it doesn't bother me. And so one thing I can say leaving is, just have fun, because life is too short. You just got to have fun, and you just got to love what you do every
Yes.
single day. Just
Mm,
love what you do. I don't care what you do. You can be a lawnmower. I don't care what you do. You can do whatever. Whatever. Cook, chef, don't cook. I don't know. Just love what you do and make sure you're happy, because too many
yes.
people work on those jobs 20, 30 years and they watch my live. We can't stand you. You're live in the water. You're live at a yacht. Well, quit working where you work and go get another job. I don't know what to tell you. Step out.
What to
Step
tell
out
you.
on faith. No, if
That's
you
right.
step out on faith and
That's
do what you
right.
really love, it wouldn't be about the money.
That's right,
It
Wendy.
wouldn't be about the money. It would not be
Mm,
money. You gotta love what you do. And I would do this for free. Have done it for free. Will
yeah.
continue to do it for free. This
Yeah.
book was not easy. I didn't know nothing about it 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And here I am, a hard book. You can find it at Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Amazon don't take everybody. And look at them. They'll tell you
Gone, Wendy.
that,
Yes.
I mean, and I didn't know anything about it. I'm not a writer.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not a
Yes.
writer. My sister is a great writer, a good editor. I give all the props to her. And you got to give props to people who do for you. You may not see all those people behind the scenes, the camera guy, the editor. The editor is my best friend. He makes me look
Yes.
good. The
Yes.
editor, the camera
That's right.
guy, the
That's
writers,
right. That's
the
right.
people, my style team, the person who do my hair, the
That's
girl with
right.
my
That's
eyelashes on.
right.
Those people, I love them. Mia, who's been putting me my big butt in these dresses. She can curvy. I can just start naming people. Even
Yes. Yes.
Danielle, she's a great makeup artist over there. Danielle. I mean,
All
I can just
right.
start naming people that are really good entrepreneurs. Trey, I mean, all these people, and I
Yes.
tell them all these people, even Anthony that just came here to see me. I had a guy come see me from Birmingham. That's amazing this weekend. He just dropped everything one day, kid the flight, and we're talking business. Of course, he likes me, but we're talking business. And
Yes.
I didn't even know he had a shapewear. And now he's got to come back next week and shoot a commercial. And then we're going to do an infomercial. You understand?
Wow.
So it's like you never know what
Beautiful.
okay,
Beautiful.
just open your mouth. Tell people what you do. But get out there. Don't depend on Instagram and all that. Go to the masses. Do these billboards up here on the 405. There's all kinds of great rates. Call me. I'll let you know.
Yes.
I know about it.
Yes.
They're not going to tell you about it. No agency is going to tell any small business about anything. You're not paying them enough money. I'm telling you
Mm.
right now.
Wow.
You ain't paying,
Wow.
you're not paying them enough money. They're not going
Not
to take your
paying
call.
them.
They're not going to take your call. You have no idea. You can put this show on the air in Texas, Atlanta, DC, Nashville, Wyoming.
Yeah.
They love me in New Mexico. Who knew? You
Yeah.
watching? And I come on y'all Friday at 3 a.m. and I'm kicking ass with 3 million viewers at that time and been on that time for 10 years. I stuck to it, you know,
Wow.
and branded myself. I'm the late night girl. And the people will be like, so, because if you just Google anybody right now, travel, wine, and dine, boop, my face is the first one.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you want to be the first one because Google will call you and say, hey, thank you. I want
That's
Google to
right.
be in that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
mean, that's important. So if you want to do, any forms of entertainment or just any
Mm.
forms of anything, you got to put God first, number one, put your family first, two, or your kids or whatever, however you do it, and just believe in yourself. If you
That's
have
right.
that confidence, that purpose, and God fearing love, you're gonna be successful.
I
Period.
love
Point.
it. I
You
love
will
it.
be successful. But the main thing you got to believe in you. When everybody say you can't do it, be like, I'm gonna do it. That's what
I
I
can
do.
do it. I can
That's what I
do it.
that's what I
Listen,
can do.
Wendy has Listen, everyone, those of you that's been with us, we appreciate you and the live, those that came in and out, right? Those that are watching the replay, thank you so much. Put hashtag replay. You have heard it this evening on the Yummy Cafe show. Miss Wendy Alexander dropped the nugget. She gave the wisdom. She poured from her overflow with so much love, joy, so much insight, information, and wisdom. And I appreciate you. We have had such a wonderful exchange and dialogue, and with our those that are watching with us and jumping in. Wendy, I wish you nothing but greatness, and I am on board with all of it. I'm getting my book. I'm coming to everything. You know, you are just phenomenal. Thank
Thank
you so very much for being here this evening. And listen, everyone, you know that I'll be back here next month with another phenomenal woman giving us what? The backstage pass. These women are showing up and sharing with us their journey. They are vulnerable, they're transparent, but they are giving us successful tips. And we thank you so much, Wendy, for doing so. Thank you all again
you.
for joining us. And until next time, you know, I'm always telling you to what? Live your life magnified. And I will see you next time. I miss you already. Mwah, and smooches and deuces. And Wendy, you love them what?
I love you for free, baby.
All right, everyone. Until next time, be safe. God bless you.
God